going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Time to end what has been a pretty good football season with a little extra sugar on top. I'm logged in, ready to go with Outlier software. Just like in the previous videos, I'm going to pull up Outlier. We're going to use that to identify the best props, write down the ones we like, use a little bit of common sense, head over to FanDuel, and use some alternative lines to put together a ticket for the big game with kind of a goal around plus 100 odds. For the last round of the playoffs, of course, I did this and we cashed with ease. I think we came in at plus 115. And I'll tell you what, with a total of 48.5 in this Super Bowl game, some offense is expected, and I do think it is a pretty good game for props. So there's no reason, there's no excuse not to cash in today's video. If you guys are new to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. I'm just kind of doing this video from the couch today. The recording setup will be kind of finalized over the next day or two as I'm still in the moving process, so bear with me on that. And kind of exciting news here. You know, Outlier's been so good to me. We've been cashing so many tickets here on the channel with it. I'm going to start integrating NBA content at least like 2 or 3 days a week to put together some prop parlays in the NBA. So yeah, look forward to that. Obviously, college basketball will still be the main priority here after the Super Bowl concludes, but NBA content will be in the mix. And really, after the All-Star break, I'm going to start to bet it myself. You guys know how well I did in NBA playoffs last year. I encourage you guys to scroll back through the channel, check out my college basketball, check out my NBA with full season sample sizes last year. That'll give you a little bit better idea of how I do long-term in both of those sports if you're interested in that. And if you're interested in this, man, these are my numbers coming into the Super Bowl. It's just been a crazy run, man. It's really, really awesome. My NFL playoff record, 19 wins, 5 losses, and a tie. I've had 7 profitable weeks in the last 8 weeks of betting NFL. So over the last 2 months, I'm up almost 50 units of profit. Of course, I'm just going to send out a pile of picks to the client list on Sunday. I got totals, I got sides, I got props, I got team specials. I have a huge pile of picks, including multiple same game parlays that are going out to the client list. If you guys are interested in my premium, what I'm actually going to submit my big money on for the big game, the link to my website right in the description of this video, danspicks.net. There's a weekly package on there if you just want to take advantage of the Super Bowl. I mean, at $30 alone for the amount of picks I'm going to be sending out to the client list for the Super Bowl, that is absolutely going to pay for your subscription. So really looking forward to ending the NFL season on just a serious high note. It's already been a crazy NFL year. So really looking forward to it, guys. Can't encourage it enough. And college basketball, man, I'm off one of my worst weeks ever. So college basketball, although the last 7-8 days have been rough, I'm in a bounce back position. I'm expecting a huge Saturday of college hoops. I'm expecting to kill the Super Bowl on Sunday. I'm expecting a massive weekend, dozens of units of profit. So looking forward to that. Again, link in the description if you're interested. Let's go, man. Let me share the screen. Let's get after it. There we go. I'll just leave this up, man. You guys can digest those numbers as long as you want. NFL, we will swing over here. Filters, let's go to propositions because we're not going to be betting on everything. No interceptions, no kicking points, no crazy stuff, guys. How about passing attempts, passing touchdowns, passing yards? All that is excellent. Receiving targets, receiving yards, absolutely. Receptions, 100%. Rushing attempts and rushing yards, no doubt about it. And just touchdowns overall. Just one of the cool things about Outlier software, guys, is just all the filters, all the tools on this site. You can filter it down exactly how you want. For NBA, for all sports, everything is on here. I got a free trial in the description, guys. Take advantage of it while the Super Bowl is still available. This is the biggest weekend to do props. So again, a full free week trial. You guys can cancel if you're not thrilled with how much money you've made off Outlier. It's absolutely no cost to you, but at least take advantage of the free trial. Put together the biggest parlay you could possibly think of using Outlier's tools. Again, the link to Outlier software right in the description of this video. You have to do it, man. It's the Super Bowl. For free, you guys can get on this platform and come up with the most creative parlay you could possibly do. Who knows? You could maybe turn $5 into $1,000 if you spend enough time on this platform and really put the time in with these props and read the data that Outlier gives you. So again, free trial in the description. Can't recommend it enough. And I usually don't like push promos or push stuff really, really hard. But that's free, man. It's just absolutely no cost to you. And this is just an amazing software. Let's start right here. Travis Kelce failed to exceed half of a touchdown in 15 of his last 19 games. So he's failed to get into the end zone. But he got in there in the last game, right? So this data here, this is a pretty good sample size. Obviously, 20 games, 19 games is huge here. He's averaging like only one touchdown every 5 games, but he's just a different animal in the playoffs. However, like I said in the beginning of video, we are going to use what Outlier tells us, but we're also going to mix in some common sense. And I don't want to lose our ticket because we put in an anytime touchdown. I do believe anytime touchdown props are designed mostly for individual straight bets. So if you guys are looking to bet on Travis Kelce to score in this game, I would recommend just doing that a bet in itself. So we're going to keep scrolling down here. Same with Jalen Hurts. We're not going to trust him to throw a touchdown. However, I really do like it. I really, really do like it. I'm really tempted because if they get down at the goal line, the Chiefs have got to have a game plan. Spags is going to have a game plan to slow down or stop Saquon Barkley in this game. Unfortunately, there's just too many situations where the tush push comes into play. They probably don't want to risk a turnover with Jalen Hurts passing the ball. So it's just too risky for me. We're not going to be able to do it. Jalen Hurts has failed to exceed 27.5 passing attempts in 11 of his last 14. So he's not passing the ball a lot. Makes a lot of sense with Saquon. But in a game like this, if they're going to win, they're going to have to score. They're going to have to score some points here. I do think the Chiefs are going to score. And like I said, I really, truly believe that the Chiefs, if they're going to win this game, they can't let Saquon beat them. So if it's like, okay, if Jalen Hurts, looks like an MVP, if he looks like Superman and he goes out there and he looks like one of the best passing quarterbacks in the league, so be it. Then you just accept the loss and you credit him. But they have to have a game plan to slow down the running game of the Eagles. So I'm firmly convinced that he is going to be passing. So maybe we will look at an alternative line for passing attempts in that one. Juju Smith-Schuster, interesting. Pirine, Kareem Hunt, not really getting in the end zone a lot lately. Pacheco, been too inconsistent. However, he could just emerge out of nowhere and rush for 100 in this game. No doubt about it. I think Isaiah Pacheco presents a good opportunity for maybe a ladder because if he has a big game, he's going to be the healthiest he's been in quite some time. You never know. Pacheco can go absolutely off. So maybe ladder up him as an individual thing. Patrick Mahomes failed to exceed 30 rushing yards in 14 of his last 18. Interesting. I do think his legs will be involved here. They just always are. I was going to say either his or they. His legs, man, they're always involved in these playoff games, especially the big ones. And this is the biggest one, the Super Bowl. We all know the rushing, the pass rush of the Eagles. It's good. He's going to be under pressure. He's going to have to run. And if people are covered downfield, I fully expect Patrick Mahomes to be running in this game. So that's the first thing I'm going to write down here, guys. I also would say get out a piece of paper and a pen and just kind of write some of the stuff down. So Patrick Mahomes, alternative rushing, we'll take a look at. However, we probably can't go below 25. So we'll see what we go with that. Dallas Goedert with touchdowns. Dallas Goedert with the receiving yards looks good. He's exceeded 46.5 receiving yards in 4 of his last 5 games, averaging in the mid-50s, right? And he's hit 4 straight. So we're going to write that down. Dallas Goedert, alternative receiving yards. I think that's worth putting in the mix. Saquon with receptions, interesting. Kareem Hunt on passing. More with, Patrick Mahomes here as passing yards. Maybe, but I do think we have a little bit of a contradiction here. Look, I think the game script here is going to be a little bit opposite of what most people think. I do think the Chiefs are going to be a little bit more run heavy, and I think the Eagles are going to be a little bit more pass heavy. I think your entire sample of the year is just too obvious to keep things the exact same. So maybe they do it for a quarter or two, but I expect things to be changing drastically after halftime in a game like this. So obviously we know the Eagles top 10 passing yards defense. So it's something to consider there. Noah Gray, I like Noah Gray a lot, but probably just as a straight bet. Not sure if that's good enough for the parlay. Marquise Brown on touchdowns. No, thank you. We're going to keep going here. Patrick Mahomes on the rushing attempts. Failed to exceed 6.5 rushing attempts in 16 of his last 18. So there's a great straight bet. And that's good sample size. However, not in the last 2. I told you guys in this video already, he just comes alive with his legs in the playoffs. And if you get to the end of the game, taking a knee does count as a rushing attempt. So although he hit at 16 straight games, that was when he was reserving his body. That was when he didn't want to get hurt. Now it's anything goes. He wants this 3rd Super Bowl in a row. He wants to make history here. And yeah, I love Patrick Mahomes to be running in this game. I mean, he's going to be a running fool for all we know. He could rush for 70 yards in a game like this. I firmly believe in that. So 2 games in a row here. Let me go back. I hit the wrong thing. Let's look at this sample size a little bit deeper. I mean, guys, look at that. Look at the last 2 games. 7 attempts, and then more importantly, the last one against the Bills, 11 rushing attempts. And the Eagles are better than the Bills, in my opinion. He's going to have to run, man. Patrick Mahomes' legs are going to be very important in this game. I fully expect Patrick Mahomes to have a decent amount of rushing attempts in this game. So just keep that in mind. Wanted to show you a little bit more data here. Again, guys, Outlier, just an amazing tool. You guys can just look at so much stuff within the platform. Take advantage of that free trial. Spend a few hours on here. You'll be able to put together winning tickets. No doubt about it. We're going to keep going here, though. Passing touchdowns. We're definitely going to be looking at that. Patrick Mahomes. Maybe we'll just put in 1+ touchdown, but we all know one thing. If he doesn't throw for at least a touchdown or 2, they're not going to win the game. So I do like Patrick Mahomes here with the passing touchdowns. I think the Eagles defense is very, very stout. If they're going to be, giving up points into the end zone, it's probably going to be coming through the air. DeAndre Hopkins, receptions. Saquon Barkley failed to exceed 110 rushing yards in 6 of his last 7. Interesting. Well, it wasn't in the last game. Noah Gray, Dallas Goedert on reception. So that looks good. That is, that's correlated to what we wrote down earlier with his yards. So he's exceeded 3.5 receptions. So 4+ receptions in 6 of his last 7, 4 straight. So that looks good there. Keep going down through here. Xavier Worthy. He's been getting some action. He's kind of heating up. Jalen Hurts. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let me circle those. Not a lot of info sticking out on Devonta Smith or A.J. Brown, which is interesting, or Travis Kelce, besides, some touchdown stuff here at the top. So let's swing over to FanDuel, and let's see what we got, man. Let me, hopefully I'm already in here. Actually, I don't even have to log in. We'll just put together the ticket just like this. Super Bowl. Let's go down. Let's go to more wagers. So let's start with passing. Let's go to passing props. So Jalen's at 211. Patrick Mahomes is at 250. What are the touchdowns at? Patrick Mahomes juiced pretty heavily over 1.5. Not a bad straight bet right there. So right away, we're going to go with alternative touchdown. Patrick Mahomes to get one of those. And then we're going to go actually with Jalen Hurts on the yards, 150 through the air. He's going to have to, man. He's going to have to. They cannot just run Saquon every single play. Like the Chiefs are going to have a game plan for Saquon. Now, they can't stop him. It's Saquon Barkley, but they can slow him down. They can stack the box. They are going to make Jalen Hurts beat them through the air. Jalen Hurts is going to be throwing the ball. I have no doubt about it. I think he probably goes over his individual prop at, what was it, 200 we just saw? I bet he goes over that, man. I bet he goes over that. Just 150, 75 yards through the air per half. I like it. I like it. That's what we're going with there. Let's go to receiving. Let's look at Goddard. We wrote down Goddard. Let's see what he's at. He's set at 49.5. Let's look at the receptions here. Dallas Goedert juiced over at 4.5. So let's look at some alternative lines with that. Let's go 25 yards for Goddard. And then we'll go to alternative receptions as well. And we'll just put him in for 3. Dallas Goedert, 3 catches, 25 yards. I think he's going to be used a lot in this game. He's somebody that they kind of force the ball to as well on short plays. And, he's going to get his action. Even if the Chiefs are kind of keyed in on Dallas Goedert, he's going to get his. So, when you kind of pick and choose between Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, sometimes one has a big game, sometimes the other's a dud. I don't see that happening with Goddard. Goddard is going to get some action in a game like this. They like to use him a lot. So let's go with that. We're already at minus 186. We're doing pretty good so far. Let's go back to the receptions here. Just kind of curious on the Chiefs. Travis Kelce's at 60 yards. His receptions, it's 6.5, but juiced under. Worthy's up there pretty good too at 5.5. Don't really love that. Patrick Mahomes likes to spread the ball around. So not really in love with putting anything more on that. Let's go to rushing props. They got Saquon up at about 110. Kareem Hunt's in there. Pacheco's in there. Mahomes at 28.5. See the attempts. Ooh, Barkley. Heavy workload coming for him. So Saquon, maybe we just put in 60 yards. We all know he's getting at least 60. You can't stop this guy. You can't. They can slow him down. Like I said, I think they're going to have a good game plan for him, but he's going to get at least 80, 90. I don't know if he goes over his individual prop at 110, but he's going to get, 30, 40 yards per half. No doubt about it. 60 on the ground. How many times have we seen him get 60 on the ground in one breakout play? So Saquon to run for 60. I think that's pretty much safe. We'll throw that in the mix. Mahomes. Do we put in Mahomes 25? Can't do that. Can't do that. Too risky. Just kind of looking over a few more of these guys. Let's go back here to passing. I think we'll go to Patrick Mahomes here. Like I said, the Eagles defense is good, so this is risky, but this is still Patrick Mahomes. Alt passing for Mahomes, 175. 175 for Mahomes. Boy, what does that get us to? Minus 109? It's been sketchy with him in the past, that 175 mark. He gets it, but he barely gets it done in some games. 175 for Mahomes. He's set at 250, so we're talking 75 yards less than what he's expected to get. There's a lot of times in these games where the Chiefs have the ball last, or right before halftime, with only so much time to get in field goal range or to get one more score. And, we see just in a few seconds him rack up a lot of yards on one single drive using the clock. 175 is very doable. I think there's going to be some offense in this game, so the Chiefs are going to have to keep up as well. I like it, man. I like it. I think we're just going to leave this alone as is. Minus 109. We came up just short of the plus 100 price that we generally go for, but I don't think there's a time to force it here. Patrick Mahomes, 1 touchdown. Jalen Hurts, 150 yards through the air, 75.5. Goddard, 3 catches, 25 yards. He should have a big game. Saquon, just to get 60 on the ground, and then Patrick Mahomes to throw for less than 200 for just 175 at almost double our money. I think this is where we leave things, guys. This is what we're going to go with. I'm going to lock this in myself for a small wager. Obviously not the level of money I'm going to be betting for my premium stuff, but this is an entertainment thing, guys. Hopefully we cash another one. Been doing really good with these all season long. I'll put the bet slip on the screen for you guys to check out. And let me know in the comments, man. If one out of these 6 legs is going to ruin this, let me know. I'm also going to be uploading my college basketball picks for Saturday later tonight. Be sure to check that out. I think that's pretty much it. See you in the next video.